Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Purna. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Singleton Design Pattern. Here is the agenda for the session today. What is Singleton Design Pattern? Some popular use cases of Singleton Pattern. Implementation details for Singleton Pattern. Live code example with Singleton class. And making thread safe Singleton class. What is Singleton Pattern? The Singleton pattern is a creational design pattern that ensures a class has only one instance in an application. It also ensures that there is a global access point to the Singleton class. We need Singleton pattern to control access to shared resources. We can solve this problem by creating global variable as well. But the problem with global access is any part of the code can change any parameter, which can introduce bug in the code. That can hard to locate. Here are some popular use cases of Singleton design patterns, such as database connection, ensuring there's a single connections to a database throughout the applications to manage resource efficiently and avoid unnecessary overhead. Logging system, creating a single logging instance to centralize and manage log entries, making it easier to maintain and analyze the logs. Configuration manager, maintaining a single instance to manage application configuration setting, ensuring consistent access to configuration data. Caching, implementing a caching as a singleton to store frequently accessed data and reduce redundant computations or database queries. Thread pools, using singleton to manage a pool of threads for concurrent processing, optimizing resource utilization. Implement singleton pattern. Here look into the UML diagram. Here we have a private instance variable that return a singleton object. Also created a default constructor as private so that no other class can create instance of the class. Also created a method that is public. Basically it returns the singleton object. And this method will initialize the instance if that is not created. So these are the properties basically while implementing singleton class. We should have a default constructor as private and create a public static method or properties that return the object. Here is a code example of singleton class and how we can retrieve the object of the singleton class through the getInstance method. I'll explain about this code in details in Visual Studio Code Editor. Here I have declared a private static variable named instance of the type mySingleton. And this variable will hold the singleton instance of my singleton class. Here I created a private default constructor for my singleton class. By making the constructor private, it prevents the class from being instantiated directly by other class. This is an important part of implementing singleton pattern as it ensures that the class always have a single instance. The getInstance method is a public static method that returns the singleton instance of my singleton class. It checks the instance variable is null, indicating that the instance hasn't been created yet. If it's null, it creates a new instance of my singleton class and assign it to instance variable. Then it returns the instance. The purpose of this method is to provide a way for the other classes to obtain the singleton instance and ensure that only one instance is created throughout the application. The sayHello method is a public method that takes a single parameter message and return a string. In this case, it simply concatenates the word hello with the provided message and return the result. This method serves as an example to demonstrate that singleton class can have its own method. Need special handling in multi-threaded environment. When multiple threads access a singleton instance together without synchronization, problems like race condition and consistent state can occur. Thread safety prevents issues such as creating multiple instances using an uninitialized singleton or overwriting the data. Here is another example of a logger singleton class specially for logging. Let me take you to the VS Code. I will explain details about this implementation. Here I have declared two private static variable instance of type logger and log of type object. The instance variable will hold the single instance of the logger class, while the log variable is used for thread safety when creating an instance. And also it has a private default constructor to restrict object creation outside. Here we can get the object of the logger class through the instance public property instead of using a public method as in previous example. So we can use either properties or method to return the instance of the singleton class, but that must be public property or public method. You can notice little different here. I'm using log to ensure thread safety during instance creation. The log method is a public method and it serves as an example of logging functionality. It takes string parameters masses and write the masses in consoles with current date and time. Let me run this two singleton class, mySingleton and logger. Here I am fetching the object of the mySingleton class through getInstance method, and below you can see I am fetching the logger instance through instance properties. Let me run this code. In the first example we can see hello world. Here basically I am passing a parameter string world so that it is saying hello. And in the second example I am passing a log hello world. This is my singleton logger and it log the logger line along with the date times. In conclusion, the singleton pattern is a valuable design choice when ensuring a class has only one instance throughout the application. It enhances resource efficiency and maintain consistency. However, careful implementation is crucial to avoid potential pitfalls like thread safety and global state issues. Choose singleton wisely to optimize your software design. Thank you. See you in next session with another design pattern.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Please subscribe my channel.